Maayong adlaw sa inyong tanan. In this lecture, I will be walking you through the Impact Plus framework, a practical tool for assessing advocacy, communication, and social mobilization programs. So after explaining the framework, I will apply it to evaluate one of the Philippines' most notable child protection initiatives, Bantay Bata 163. So the Impact Plus framework offers a holistic theory or theory-based to evaluate ACSM programs by looking beyond numbers and asking how advocacy efforts truly create and sustain change. So it integrates insights from strategic communication, participatory development, and systems thinking to assess both effectiveness and long-term impact. So let me discuss one by one the letters in the acronym. These are the letters IMPACT and plus are actually initials. The Impact Plus framework stands for 7 dimensions. I for intent and issue framing. It's all about how clearly and meaningfully the issue is framed to shape public understanding. M for mobilization strategies, how well the campaign activates people and resources. P for participation and power, whether the communities are genuinely involved as co-creators and not as mere audiences. A for adaptation and cultural relevance. This is about how messages and strategies fit local contexts and norms. C, of course, for communication, channels, and message design. It's about the use of targeted, pre-tested, multi-channel messages for behavior change. T for tracking outcomes. It's about measuring behavioral or social results in line with campaign goals. And the plus there is sustainability, ensuring long-term partnerships, funding, and policy integration. So by applying these dimensions, we can see not only what a program like Bantay Bata 163 achieved, but also how and why it works or how it can work better. So let us now apply the framework in evaluating Bantay Bata 163. So we will now use the Impact Plus framework. Now, when it comes to intent and issue framing, or the I, Bantay Bata 163, launched by ABS-CBN Foundation, was framed as a child protection hotline and intervention program responding to abuse, neglect, and exploitation cases. So its framing is clear and urgent. Children's rights are paramount, and the community members are empowered to report violations or abuses. So this framing aligns with the framing theory of Entman, 1993, which shows that how an issue is presented strongly shapes public perception and engagement. So by positioning child protection as a collective responsibility, the program successfully encouraged citizen reporting. Now we go to M, mobilization strategies. So the program mobilizes through multi-sectoral partnerships with government agencies, police, and local government units. So community awareness campaigns and televised features on ABS-CBN created visibility and trust. So in terms of the resource mobilization theory, Bantay Bata effectively leverages media resources, and of course, networks. At the same time, grassroots resource mobilization, such as involving local youth groups or barangay councils more formally. So this can also be further strengthened. P for participation and power. So community participation has been largely one way. So citizens report cases and then the hotline responds. So while effective in emergency intervention, this model can limit co-creation of solutions. So the communication for social change, or the CFSC model, argues that real empowerment happens when communities are active partners in decision making and not just informants. Now we go to adaptation and cultural relevance. So Bantay Bata 163 resonates strongly in Filipino culture where family and community values are central. So campaign materials in local languages and regional offices reflect adaptation to diverse contexts. However, further tailoring and approaches to indigenous communities or remote rural areas where cultural norms around child discipline may differ could also deepen impact. So, the diffusion of innovations theory by Rogers, 2003, suggests that compatibility with local values accelerates adoption.